Jack Gerard, President and CEO of American Petroleum Institute. Nice to see you. Thanks for your time.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having me today.
This conference kicked off with a call by Senator Murkowski to pass a U.S. export bill, basically getting rid of the ban on exporting oil. You're very well connected in Washington. Is this bill going to have a chance?
Well, I think there's growing support for the lifting of the ban of crude export right now. And what I mean by that is if you look back just a few short years ago, remember when it was first talked about to export LNG. Initially there was some reaction to it slowed things down, but now you see growing bipartisan support, and I believe in the Congress today, broad bipartisan support for LNG exports. I believe with crude exports you're seeing the same thing. It's just about a year behind where the LNG debate was. So just as Chairwoman Murkowski said, she's going to put forward a proposal. I think there's bipartisan support today, and I think the more the Congress understands the issue, the better off we'll be and the quicker we can move to it. Just one point she said, which I think resonates very well across this country. We're in the process of considering lifting sanctions on Iran. At the same time, we've sanctioned our own country by not allowing the export of our own crude oil. This is a big deal. I believe the public will resonate. It'll resonate with the public. The public will rally around it and we'll move it forward.
Although we have to point out other things have not moved forward, such as the Keystone XL Pipeline, which you've been talking about for years. So
Yes.
Why would this bill resonate more than that? Because there early on was argument that it seemed both sides were agreeing to, and then that quickly dissipated.
Well, I think there's a big difference between the Keystone XL Pipeline and lifting the crude export ban. The first one is the Keystone XL Pipeline is only stopped today by the President of the United States. The Congress has overwhelmingly supported it on a bipartisan basis. Over 63 U.S. senators have said, build the Keystone Pipeline, even though the President has sent signals he doesn't want to go there. It's a bit ironic today the administration released their quadrennial energy review, which is the first time ever they've looked holistically at the energy infrastructure in the United States. And what was their conclusion? That we should allow a holistic approach to infrastructure with Canada, the United States, and Mexico. So that really begs the question, if we've all concluded we should do this, where is the Keystone XL Pipeline decision? So that is very different than lifting the crude export ban. The President could do it today if he wanted to. The administration, I must say, has made a couple good decisions by allowing for the export of condensate. We now have a proposal from the Mexicans to have a swap with some of our production and theirs. All of these things tend towards ultimately allowing for crude exports. I believe we'll get there. It's just a question of time.
We will also soon have another presidential election upon us. Have you met with any of the candidates and discussed potential future energy policy with them? Are you hearing anything that's really resonating to you?
Yes, we've spoken with most all of them and have long-standing relationships with most all of them. And let me just say, from the oil and gas industry perspective, we don't pick sides based on political party. Our view is our candidate is energy, specifically oil and natural gas. So be it a Democrat, a Republican, or a socialist, or whoever's going to get into this race, we're going to look at their positions based on what we think is in the best interest of the country and what allows us to truly achieve this American energy renaissance. So as we've been counseling with them, I think across the board, regardless of where they are in that political ideology, there's strong support for energy. Secretary Clinton has said in the past she's inclined to approve the Keystone XL Pipeline. She made a comment the other day suggesting she would support lifting the ban on crude export. If there's anybody that understands the need for lifting the crude export ban, it's Hillary Clinton. As former Secretary of State, she knows that those European nations are clamoring to have our energy. She knows the geopolitical implications of us being able to supply that global marketplace or increasing our supply in that global marketplace, what it does for the geopolitics of the world, but also the benefit it brings to domestic consumers by putting downward pressure on price. So we're hopeful that as everyone looks at this energy dynamic, they'll see it for what I like to call the American moment, the chance for the U.S. to really rise up to become the epicenter of energy in the world. That is very realistic. It's a great opportunity. So we're hopeful that's the way this 2016 election will come about. or the discussion that will take place surrounding energy.
Jack Gerard, we'll end it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to visit with you.